So people attacked Donald Trump for a story that came out about how he might have, in the words of his wife, either raped her, or violated her. Okay, and people got mad at us for covering this story. But dude, we didn't make up the court records. And I said in the middle of the story 3 different times, here, I'm going to tell you what Ivana Trump said back then. I'm going to tell you what she says now. You decide what you want to do with that. The Daily Beast ran that story. It is court records. And Donald Trump's the one always talking about rape, the Mexicans are rapists. Do you know that he said Mike Tyson should have gotten off without going to jail by just giving the victim a couple of $1 million? He's like, that should solve it. That's not how our laws work. Rich people don't just get to pay off their victims after they rape them. But he thought that was a perfectly rational thing to say. Now, look, Mike Tyson, whether he was guilty or not, is a different question. And there's a really interesting documentary about that. But Donald is assuming guilt. He's just saying, you rape somebody, you give him a couple of bucks, then you're done with it. What's the difference, right? This is the guy's mentality. And then when you say, hey, look, your wife, we didn't say your wife said that you raped her in the middle of these court proceedings. He says, how dare you? And you know what happens? Of course, among conservatives, this doesn't drive him lower in the polls, it drives him higher in the polls. Why? Rally around him. Circle the wagons. Who's going to circle the wagons for him? Of course, Rush Limbaugh.
The Daily Beast claiming that he raped Ivana. And they were foiled when Ivana came out and endorsed Trump. So this was payback. Didn't matter whether it was true. Just get it out there and force everybody into denial mode. Didn't matter whether it's true. So this little writer for the Daily Beast said, okay, Trump scored some points here. So we've got to go out and discredit Trump. There isn't any news about Trump raping anybody. They had to go start Googling and searching and doing whatever they could, hoping. They were shopping, folks. And this is how modern-day drive-by journalism, this is exactly what it is. This is drive-by journalism. You show up, you lob a grenade, and you head on down the road. Take some accolades from your buddies at CBS or CNN.
See, we look at that story and go, oof, that looks uncomfortable. Now, look, it's a mixed story because now Ivana Trump is saying definitively, hey, that was a long time ago. We're good friends now. I think he should be president. At the time, and look, some people say, hey, maybe at the time she was trying to get more money than they're in the middle of divorce proceedings. I don't know, right? But we know what she said in the court records. Other people say, yeah, maybe she got the money, and then afterwards was like, yeah, it's all fine. I don't know. I wasn't there in that room, okay? But are they legitimate things to talk about when Donald Trump is constantly bringing up rape? Remember, I showed you yesterday, 1989, he puts out a full-page ad saying we got to go make sure we bring justice to the Central Park jogger rapists who turned out to be innocent. They were put in jail for years upon years, partly based on his demagoguery about how rapists should get the death penalty. That's what he said, right? So now, though, when conservatives look at that, they don't say, especially people like Rush Limbaugh and their thought leaders, they don't think, oh, my God, that's horrible. Oh, God, I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm worried. What if that is true, right? They think like, somebody's being accused of raping their wife? Well, obviously, that's my kind of guy, right? So I'm going to rally to his defense even more. So how dare they? Yeah, I knew this was my kind of guy. As you see, he's strong. Okay, look, that last part, maybe I'm putting words in Rush's mouth, but you heard what Rush said, right? And you know that he hears this story, and he's like, media's attacking him. No, but the media didn't make up the court records. They didn't. They just went and found out what were in the court records. That's kind of what the job of the media is. So now, of course, oh yeah, liberal media doesn't like him. Then we love him. We love him for all those reasons. Wagons have been circled. Donald Trump is not going away. He's clearly #1 right now among the Republicans, and he's likely to stay there for quite some time because he's got Rush Limbaugh behind him. He's got Fox News behind him. He's in perfectly good shape. He's like that monster in Star Trek, right? The more you fire the phasers at him, the stronger he grows. And this is partly why.